Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I started my interior design company in the UK with £0. I think I've shared this with some of my mentees and some of my Instagram followers might have an idea, but I've not officially shared this on my YouTube page. And I feel like it's important to document this on my YouTube channel in case anybody needs inspiration, because again, when you move to a foreign land, there is always that spirit that always want to drag you back and tell you cannot do it. Whenever you feel like that, come back to this video and remember that Didi said you too can do it. Okay, and if this is the kind of video you want to enjoy today, you know the usual, go ahead to smash that like button and subscribe, because we're going to have fun on this one. I am Odinakachi Awujo. I am a residential interior designer based in the UK. I am sharing exactly how I started my own interior design studio with £0. No funding, no investors, literally no fancy office. Just passion, resourcefulness, and a whole lot of DIY hustle, as most of you might know already. I used to be a DIY queen. I'm still a DIY queen. It's just that Didi has a lot on her plate that I've just decided to choose my battle. So if you're feeling like starting your own interior design business and you're very passionate about it, but feel that money is holding you back, then this video is for you. To be honest, it started with a lot of love for interiors. Some OG subscribers on this channel would remember that we started this channel officially when we bought our brand new house. Anyway, the channel started a little bit, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to share on the channel until I decided that, okay, we just bought a house and I was very passionate about trying to put it up together. So I felt, why not carry you guys along? Why not share the journey with you guys? So that's how this channel started officially. I've got a lot of house tour videos on this channel that you might want to go back to. Let me just put this out there. Maybe because I am now more experienced, but every time I think about those house tours and how I used to be so confident, so bold to share with you guys, I cringe because I'm like, oh, what's so gorgeous about this space? But again, that's my humble beginning. And the fact that I cringe does not mean I'm not proud of it. I am so proud of my journey. So I'm so happy that I still have those videos down on this channel. If you want to go through them, you can just scroll down, house tour, search for house tour. We've got 1, 2, 3, name them. Where you might not know, I have my first degree in microbiology, second degree in microbiology, all from Nigeria. And I was already, a PhD student before we migrated to the UK. So when we moved to the UK, this was me trying to scratch the grass to like, what am I going to achieve, or what do I want for myself? I knew there was something burning in me. There was a fire in me, but I just could not know where to channel it to. I didn't know what I wanted. The good thing about the whole thing was the fact that I started sharing content. So I would say that sharing content kind of led me to discover my calling, my passion, right? I'm going to come to that. Because I started sharing my house journey, like how we were converting our brand new house into a home, people started reaching out on Instagram, asking me, Didi, can you help me style up my living room? I love the way you style up your home. I'm like, excuse me, do you know who you're talking to? I literally don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm literally just doing trial and error, and you're here asking me to help you style up your own space. But then again, I became a bit excited. Instead of like stepping back, I was excited to help them out. So I was literally helping them out free of charge. I wasn't charging anybody, because then it was like, help me out, right? At one point, I realized, wait, this isn't just a hobby. This is actually a service people would pay for. But I didn't have a degree. I didn't have any big budgets or even a professional portfolio. All I had was my house. I had vision, I had drive. So in a nutshell, I stopped doing this thing free of charge. I started doing phone consultation. I said, you know what? If you want me to style up your house, you're going to pay me so amount of money for an hour or two, and then I would go through your space with you over the phone to style up your home. Now, when I did this, I realized that I was getting burnt out. I was getting stressed. I was getting like, by the time I'll finish going through your space with you for an hour or two, I'll feel so drained. I'll feel like someone had picked my brain, someone had taken something out of me and left me as an empty vessel. So it wasn't giving me that satisfaction. More so the fact that I was not seeing pictures. You know, when you have passion for something, you are result driven. You want to see results. In as much as I needed the money then, I was more about that thing that kept me up for up to an hour. I want to see it. I want to know that we achieved something. Some of these clients were not implementing, you know, all the plans we had for their space. Some did, but they never shared. So I wasn't getting that type of satisfaction that I needed, you know, as someone that was a bit passionate at that time. Also, bear in mind, I couldn't afford a logo, a website, interior design website. You will know how much you paid to be able to brand yourself up to that stage. Canva was free, so I used Canva to my own advantage. The more I was styling up our house, Instagram became my portfolio. I was sharing literally everything we're doing because at that point we used to do all these things ourselves. We didn't used to hire handymen because again, the money was very tight. So we needed to keep the money within the items we were sourcing for the house rather than paying people for the labor. So YouTube and Instagram became my best friend. I would go on YouTube to learn how to do these things. I would implement them in our space and then I would share on Instagram. So Instagram became my own mini portfolio. I started being in people's faces, sharing all the, you know, transformation from my house. On Instagram, I would style up some corners in my house and I would share. I would also share some tips that I had learned. Even though not as a pro, I would just share the tips that I had learned, some of my mistakes, and I would share on Instagram. This was not me trying to do this for clients to find me at that time. That's the difference. At that time, I didn't even think I wanted a career out of it. I was just going with my passion. So people started looking forward to our home transformation. So I would suspend people. People were like, man, you've got something in you. I'm not gonna lie, one thing did it for me. There was a time I shared something on my story. It was just a little corner of my house that I shared, not on my house, of our bathroom. I literally don't share our bathroom on the gram, but there was a shelving corner. I just took a picture and I posted it on my story. And my brother-in-law DM'd me. I was like, there is a hidden talent you need to explore. That sentence sat with me till today. And shout out to him, honestly. Shout out to you, Chooks. You're amazing. He's a man of few words, but he's someone that I do not take his words for granted. So when he said this thing, I was like, that sat with me. And I kept on doing what I was doing until I felt, you know what, I needed to take the bull by the horn and do this thing that I want to do. Even if I try this time and it doesn't pull through, I might just leave it and then I'll know I've tried. I was now craving for clients who were willing to pay me to come over to their place to do these things. I was over the whole online thing. So luckily, I landed one client and she was happy for me to come and style up her 3-bedroom house. Before hubby came back from work, I already went ahead to accept the job, accept payment, and I was just like sitting down waiting to travel. I remember vividly, and this was in Watford. Watford was like 5 hours away from my house. Bear in mind that when I took on this job, I literally had no idea where Watford was. So when hubby came back from work, I told him, listen, I've gotten my first physical job, which I'm going to execute. And he said, where? I sent him the location and he went through it on Google and was like, are you sure you want to do this? Do you have an idea how many hours it is from here? 5 hours. And I'm like, hey, Bamio, hey, God. At that time, I was not asking myself, should I just turn down this job and say, okay, you know what? It's too far. I've just realized it's too far. I'm not sure I can do it. Or should I just, just do it? Not like I'm expecting to make profit. Something in me said, you took this on a whim and that must count. So trust your instinct, go for it, and whatever comes out of it, you'll be fine. So I took on this job and I'm always very, very, very grateful to this client. She knows herself. Vicky, thank you so much. I'm not sure she knew that that was my first job ever because at that time I was trying to be very professional. I didn't want to tell her this is my first job. I didn't want to make her panic or anything. So I tried as much as possible to work hand in hand with her. We collaborated. She cooperated in so many ways, and she allowed me to explore with her house. We worked on this project and it turned out really beautiful. I'm going to put it here on the screen for you guys to see the first job, like the first physical job I ever did. And this was so satisfying. So the day we finished installing this property, in fact, Hobby went with me. Hobby drove me there. We spent about 2 days there. And when we finished, we were driving home. This client had paid me. I'm not going to tell you guys how much this client paid me, but that was a big deal then. It was a small amount of money. Thinking about it now, that was like peanut now. Like if I have to compare it with what we charge clients right now. But it was a big deal for me because I literally got that money for doing something I barely knew I had in me, if you get what I'm trying to say. So it was a big deal. And I was like finding myself, I was so excited. I told Hobby, is this how it is? We're gonna do this. And he said, yeah, I'm so proud of you. You pulled it off. Like, I never believed you were going to pull it off. So that's how we came back. And I started like, you know what? Let's see how it goes. So I landed another client. Sorry, you guys are going to sit down and enjoy this video because I'm so much in the mood today. I have a project I'm supposed to go supervise. But as soon as I finished dressing, I said, you know what? Why don't you just share this story? So please bear with me. And meanwhile, smash the like button and subscribe because this gist is sweet, Abby. It's sweet. Anyway, so I landed another client that was in our area. I'm not going to waste the time with the details, but we did this client's living room. I'm sure some of you are aware of this particular client. It's a living room that had a red sofa. I made it very, very, very public because I wanted you guys to stay woke and wait for the transformation, right? Bear in mind that this client paid me little to nothing for that project because I so much wanted it. Like I so much wanted that project on my portfolio. So I took it, and when we did the transformation, oh my God, that particular video went viral. It went viral. I'm not even joking. Up till today, people still come to us to say, I want a living room like that living room. And I'm not gonna lie, that particular project made me realize I had something in me, like I had it in me to pull off any projects. The confidence I had after that project, I can't even explain. When we finished that project, I felt really bad because you know when you did something, you charged peanuts and you didn't know it was gonna turn out that well. Like you didn't know it was gonna turn out that good. So I felt bad that I didn't charge my worth. But in the long run, I gained 10 times what I could have charged that client. Now, what am I trying to say? That particular project projected me to the world. It gave me as many clients as I can even remember. And that was the beginning. Apart from the Watford one, that was the beginning of a beautiful journey for me. So you can see that my first two clients came from social media. This is the reason why I do not joke with social media. In fact, I always tell my mentees, if you want to make it as an interior designer, you need to be in people's faces. Do not feel, oh, people are going to feel like I'm just bothering them. I'm always repeating this. I'm always posting this. And no, do you. Do you. Do not hide behind the camera. Make sure you're in people's faces. Make sure even your mistake, share it. Share it. So in summary, I offered free or heavily discounted design in exchange for a before and after photo. Now, that helped me to build my portfolio. Again, testimonials and referrals kept coming. In a nutshell, I used everything I had with me. I used my camera, my laptop. When I say camera, I mean decent camera because you need to get crisp photos, natural lighting, and free online tools, okay? I made myself be in people's faces. I was in people's faces telling them, Omo, Didi don't land. Now, one thing that transformed or changed the whole trajectory of my business for me is this. So I don't want you to feel, oh, Didi say she started with this and that's it. No. At some point, you have to ask yourself, what is the next step? And that's what I'm about to share with you. So when I felt, okay, clients are now coming, people are beginning to know me, people are beginning to like my designs. So what's the next step? I needed to rebrand myself. So I had to rebrand myself. I had to invest into myself because I was now earning money. I had to reinvest into the business. I paid hugely for a proper interior design website. You can't do without a website. You can do without it at the initial time, but as you grow bigger, you want people to know more about you, want people to see your portfolio, you want people to even understand what you're all about, you need a website. So that is where I rebranded myself. I created a website that would speak for me without people even meeting me. If you visit our website now, you would see that this is Didi style. So we are now at that stage where we have gone beyond just Didi. When you go to our website, Interior Design with Didi is a brand on its own, and everybody will understand what we represent. Everybody will understand our design style and what we can offer clients. So that is what our website will tell you. I do not need to be in your face to tell you who or what we offer. If possible, you have to outsource some things because, again, you're growing. You're now handling more than one or two clients at the same time. So you have to learn how to outsource. We, created an Instagram page different from At Home with Didi. So we now have At Home with Didi Interiors, which is trading as Interior Design with Didi. So we have that Instagram page. If you go on that Instagram page, you will see that literally everything about our work. And then we have that on Facebook as well. I don't think we have on TikTok anyway. And then at some point, I felt, okay, you guys love interior design. You guys love transformation videos. You guys love anything interior. So I decided, you know what? Let me also rebrand my YouTube to Interior Design with Didi. And that's what we have here, in as much as it's still At Home with Didi. Okay. So this is where the rebranding comes in. I just want you to understand that at some point you have to move to the next level. And then again, when you feel, oh, I'm so comfortable in this level, you now have to move to the next level and the next level. So it's scary. It's a scary situation. But trust me, if it's something you really want, I would say go for it. What's the worst scenario that could happen? You would say, oh, you know what, I'm not doing it again, right? But then again, you have explored it. You have seen that you really gave it a shot. The business didn't grow overnight, but with consistency, client referral, and showing up on social media, I started to gain traction. Like I said, I reinvested every pound I made back into the business, paying for better tools, training, and marketing. So you have to invest in the business and you have to invest in yourself to be able to serve people better. For every project we carry out, we have lessons learned. We have feedback because I'm not going to sit here and tell you I am a pro. Every project have their own unique challenges, and with each of these projects we learn from them and then we input what we have learned into the next one so it keeps getting better. So what am I trying to say in a nutshell? You don't need thousands to start. I did mention that I didn't start off in an office, in a fancy office, but I reinvested into creating a home office for my business, if you understand what I'm saying. So at some point, we're able to afford to create a luxurious home office at home because I knew that I needed that space where I could be creative, where I could be able to pour into other clients, right? And right now, that home office has been the best thing that has ever happened to us. And I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to have our physical studio, which I'm not going to put myself under that pressure. If I'm ready, I'm ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not ready. Do you get what I'm saying? So it just keeps getting better and better. And bear in mind that this is a business I started with £0. So starting with £0 taught me how to be scrappy, resourceful, and intentional. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way because it's been a beautiful journey of self-discovery. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here. This is where we are at the moment. 2025 has been a beautiful year for us. I'm not gonna lie to you. We've been busier than ever. It's been from one project to the other. Sometimes we even see ourselves managing more than 3 projects at the same time. And I don't know where I get the strength. I always attribute it to the glory of God. It's by God's grace because if someone told me that moving to the UK, I was going to be an interior designer, I would just like, my friend, get out. It's not possible. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I think it still boils down to self-discovery, trusting God, letting God lead, which is very important. It's not by my power, it's not by my strength. I know that there is a way I could have also started this business, and by now I would have just called it quit to say, you know what, I'm not doing this again because it's very stressful with client wahala. Trust me, there's some clients you meet and you're like, I can't wait for this project to end, or you just want to end it there and just say, you know what, take your money, I'm not doing it again. So we've got some clients like that, but when it gets so challenging like that, I just pause, breathe. If I want to cry, I cry, but I just speak to God. I tell God, I didn't want this. You channeled me to this line. You opened the doors for me. You led the way. I let you lead the way. So please, right now, take charge, take control. I'm someone that I don't like problems, I don't like issues, and I always believe that my clients have a voice. Clients are always right. When you've paid hugely for something, you have expectations. So I try to remind myself of that, and that's what keeps me grounded with our clients. That's not to say that we've not faced challenges. Like I said, challenges come and they go. We still have some very sweet clients. I'm not going to take that out from the whole thing. So we've got some very sweet ones as well. So it all sums up to, managing human beings. Human beings are the most difficult set of people to manage, but we give God the glory. We're still believing God that for every client we get, we're able to serve them well. We're able to deliver, because at the end of the day, as much as the money is important, I am result driven. I always tell people, if you must work with an interior designer, make sure you go with someone who is very passionate, because the problem with that is when you are so focused on the profits, you will never get results. You might get results, but imagine when you're so focused on the profit that you could have given a client a better service, if you get what I'm trying to say. So a very passionate interior designer is always your best option. I'm sure we've got a lot of them out there, but I'm just telling you, of course, you guys know I'm very passionate, but this is like a general advice to whoever is trying to employ the services of an interior designer. Just make sure you go with someone who is very passionate, because I know the difference. I know if I am supposed to be so money minded, I know the kind of service I would offer my clients. And because I am results driven, I know the type of service I offer our clients. So this is just me telling you, keep an eye. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I have actually enjoyed pouring my heart out to you guys. Let me know if you guys want some of this kind of videos. I think it's been a while. We've just been too serious trying to make our homes feel luxurious, and we've not really done this type of content in a while, but I really enjoyed it because this is me filming from my hotel room, and I'm gonna dash out right now to our Stephen H project, which is about to be completed soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you ever need the service of an interior designer, as usual, our contact will always be in the description box or on the screen here. And if you are an interior designer looking to start out, leave me a comment down below and let me know what your challenges are. Who knows? We might just have an answer. And this is not just for interior designer. I think this applies to any creative business, because again, it's your creativity you're trying to project to the world. So if you're into any creative business that is not even interior design, let me know in the comment section if you're looking to start out. And if you're already in the business, also drop a comment. It will be an interesting thing for us to discuss what our challenges are, which I'm going to share in another video. Let me know if you guys want to see that video. I want to share some of my challenges as an interior designer in the UK. Let me know if you guys want to see that video, and I will shoot that video for you guys, okay? Meanwhile, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Don't forget to smash that like button so that you get notified whenever we drop juicy content like this. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay fabulous. Bye.